What's going on, guys? Miles here, and welcome back to this third episode of Media Mondays. Here we are at the third week in, and I hope that you are enjoying this just as much as I am. It's been a great time so far doing this Media Mondays show here. I think it's been very interesting. And one thing that it's done, actually, not that I didn't do this before starting this show, but I'm doing it a lot more now. I'm keeping up with news more, a lot more, and I'm paying a lot more attention to it. Not that I didn't before, but like obviously since, doing the research for this. In saying that, Canon has come out with a brand new lens. It's kind of new, but it's kind of not. It's kind of the same. It's kind of old, but it's brand new technology. In the past few weeks, has released a brand new 85mm f1.2, which, if you know anything about the photography community, you know is one of those lenses that is just all the way up here compared to everything else. In terms of portraiture, right? In terms of portraiture, because the 85 1.2 is probably one of the most highly regarded portrait lenses of all time from Canon, but also just from any brand really in photography to begin with. There's been a few versions of it throughout the years. One thing that has always plagued the lens is like intensely, and I mean like painfully slow focus. There's kind of a reason for it, like engineering constraint that is apparently taken care of on this brand new lens. This is technically the Canon 85mm f1.2 RF lens. Now, I say RF. Now, typically, you're used to hearing EF from Canon lenses, electronic focus. It's like their thing, EF, an EF lens. Everybody knows about EF lenses. This, however, is actually the 6th edition into a new range of lenses that Canon has put out for the brand new EOS R. Counting this lens, there are 6 other lenses currently in the lineup for that camera. Now, if Sony only had 6 lenses out, that'd be a bit of an issue because we know that they've been in the mirrorless game for a much longer time than Canon has. Canon is really making some waves with this new lens because I don't think, previous to this, I don't think there's ever been anything like this before. So one of the new things that they're touting with this lens is obviously they are saying, I don't quote, but I kind of quote, they're saying, Canon specifically is saying that this is the fastest focusing lens that they've ever made, bar none, no matter what. I'd be curious to test, I'd be very curious to test that out, but I've tested the other versions. I believe the lens that I tested was the Mark II version of the 85, the regular 85. And from what I do remember of that experience, it was such a beautiful experience, right? Gorgeous lens. I mean, for shallow depth of field, you really can't get much. You really can't do much more than an 85 1.2 unless you go to a lens that's like a 0.95 or something like that. Let's get into some technicals. What's like the nitty gritty? What's the brand new technology in this lens apparently? So what do we have? We obviously have a maximum aperture of f1.2 to 16. That is nothing new. That's pretty standard. I believe it's the exact same on every other lens. The other two lenses. The other two versions of the 85. Yes, we've got blue spectrum refractive optics element, one UD element, and one aspherical element, air sphere coating, ring type ultrasonic motor AF system, and finally a customizable control ring. So basically we've got some new things to turn, maybe a new button here and there, and then some coatings, some optical coatings that the general public doesn't really know about. So what do we have here? We have a new 85mm lens from Canon that fits on this new camera and and focuses faster, apparently. For the EOS R, same maximum aperture, obviously. Same really everything other than the fact that it focuses faster, apparently the fastest. There are some photographers out there who aren't necessarily going to care about that, like me, because, if I'm very serious about what I do. It's not all the time that I worry about carrying the weight of all of the gear that I have, because if you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen. Isn't that it? Right. Yeah. But then there are the other photographers who care more about weight and who don't want to lug around like all this heavy equipment and just want a small body to take pictures with on the weekend or whatever the case may be, you know what I mean? So the EOS R could be perfect for that, you know, put a 35 on it and go have a ball. Or you could go the exact opposite route, put this 85 on it and do some really serious portrait work. And come out with some pretty beautiful results. So Canon, hello. If you're out there watching, you're probably not, but hello if you are. Send me this new 85. It's not gonna happen, but hey, Canon, what's up? Now for the next story on this beautiful Monday, we've actually got something pretty, but like it's kind of controversial. And a lot of people are talking about it right now because it's about something that is incredibly, incredibly huge in pop culture in the past 10 years that I feel like it's been going on, is Game of Thrones. Let's dive into it. Let's talk about it. I have a lot to say. I'm the 1% of the 1% that has never seen the show. Ever. Leave me literally all of the dislikes. Leave me all of the hate comments that you want. It's like I just like called their puppy ugly or something. It's like, whoa, you haven't seen the show? Like, what's wrong with you? So what is actually the situation that's happening right now? So there has been a little bit of some uproar. There's been like, really, I mean, people are just straight up crucifying the cinematographer, the director of photography for Game of Thrones right now. And specifically what they're talking about is obviously the last episode where it was just like apparently like just, I don't want to say black, but like people were like legitimately complaining, hey, like what's going on? Like did y'all like forget to like take the lens cap off, or like did you put a little too much ND on the lens, or like what's the deal because it's way too dark? Did you iris down a little too much? You know, who knows? People were literally just saying, hey, I literally couldn't see anything. There has been some defense to the situation. I looked at both sides. I mean, it's just cinematographers versus the general public, really. I mean, we are the people who, me speaking as the director of photography that I am, how is it lit? How is it color graded? How is it filmed? Yada, yada, yada. That's me. That's what I do. And I feel as though it's really me against the general public sometimes in those kind of terms, because we have an artistic vision in our minds that we're trying to faithfully represent and faithfully carry out to fulfill ourselves in what we're trying to do with our job on this production, right? But then you also have the general public who does not necessarily care about like high level cinematography and all of these different things, all of these different artistic choices that go into making a film or that go into making a TV show. Because I can tell you from personal experience that there's about a billion of them. You can't please everyone. You're never gonna please everyone. There's always somebody that is going to be mad at you for something that you're doing. It is my job, right? I'm the one calling the shots on lighting, camera, so on and so forth, color grading. At the end of the day, my direction comes from the director. So whatever the director wants, he or she might make an exec call and say, no, we're gonna do it this way. And I have to, you know what I mean? I have to do my job. You know what I mean? I have to do my job. So it's about it's about balancing the artistry of what we do with just the real world and trying to take those two things and combine them into a finished product for people to watch and enjoy. And that's just what we do all day long, all night long, 365 days a year. It's an incredibly beautiful, artistically fulfilling thing that I absolutely love to the ends of this big old rock. I guarantee you the vast majority of people watching Game of Thrones these days are watching it right here, right here, just like this, just like that, you know, on a small screen, on a small screen, number one, a low resolution screen, number two, number three, maybe not the most color accurate screens sometimes, you know. You're watching your show on your phone, but then you're also like trying to scroll through Facebook and like also send out texts and this. The general public, the good 90% of people out there don't care. They don't care. They do not care about what we do as artists at all. Nobody cares. A lot of people care, but a lot of people also don't care. And you know, it literally all culminates into the saying of you can't please everybody. You're a cinematographer working on Game of Thrones. You don't have anything to worry about. So you keep doing you. It's just my opinion. I believe in the work of artists. I believe in artistry. I believe in art. I believe in the ideals that art allows societies to embrace and to talk about. That's our second story. Let's get into the third one. I wanted to sort of strip it back for the third story. It's no secret, obviously, that me, Miles Media, along with my production company that I'm working with now, Navisio Studios, it's just a collective of my friends and I. That's just what it is. It's not like this is like some forced like, oh, I got hired onto this company and I'm just kind of doing work with these people. No, we're literally just we're just a big group of friends making cool stuff together. And the amount that we've done in the very short amount of time that we've all known each other, and the friendships that we made in the long time, in the little bit of time that we've known each other, it's all very full circle for me right now, because I fell in love with cinematography in high school. My TV production teacher, Mr. Beckemeyer, Mr. Michael Beckemeyer. I'm doing this show right now. I'm sitting here in front of this camera, in front of these lights, in this studio space because of you. I just think it's cool. And now to my cast. All of my six figures. Ryan, Katie, Adam, Kieran, Wasaki, Ashley. You guys have been amazing to have on set and to work with and to meet and to become friends with and to learn from and to grow with. I know that all six of you know and think that it's been a ride. And it's been an amazing one. And we could not have done it without all of your dedication on set every day and every night, because those were some long set days and those were some long set nights. And you guys made it happen. You guys made it happen through all the stress and through all the anxiety and through all of the misplanning sometimes. You guys pulled it off, and we all pulled it off together. And for that, to all of my six figures, each and every one of you, I'm very thankful. Now to my crew. My crew and I are like this. Get here, we would close my door and we would just, sit for hours and hours and hours and just days and days and days at a time, grinding this movie out and making it something that we knew we could be proud of. And I've made something that I know I'm proud of, and that I know we're all proud of. And I could not have done it without each and every one of your support. Chris Schick, Matthew, Chris Maddox, Connor Lackey, Jared Miller. Each and every one of you has been amazing. To the amount of respect that I get from each and every one of these people on a day-to-day basis is incredible, and I'm not used to it. Jared, my boy Jared, you've been like my right hand in all of this, and I know that I can count on you for anything that I need. And I hope that you know that it is a two-way street. And I just want to not just thank everybody, but also thank you for just being there for me whenever I need you and being my right hand. With all of that being said, I'm just so excited for the 20th, for all of us to get together. So, with all of that being said, I will leave it right there for the third story. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. Please do not forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the Novizio Studios channel for all of my future videos here. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.